Kalimera, Kalispera, wherever time you're watching. This is Mappa. I'm Stel and I'm on my own today. I'm Mr. Lonely. Thasso is on a deserved holiday. So I'm going to be running the show on my ones today. So you're going to have to put up with my voice, unfortunately. Oh, well, it is what it is, boys and girls. I'm sorry to disappoint. But anyway, before we get started, we need to do a little bit of housekeeping, as they call it. And we have a website, www.nc-network.com. We're going to have some articles coming our way pretty soon because obviously the season's about to start and there's a lot to go through. We have an Instagram and an X or a Twitter, if you'd like to call it, at This Is Mappa. And if you want to email us and be part of the team or even contribute, maybe be a co-host sometimes when Thasso or I are on annual leave. Contact at nc-network.com. Right, let's get straight to it because there's a lot. And I get the feeling this is going to be a bit ugly, not just my face. Kalimera, David, what's going on? Maybe you guys can help me out with this because I think I'm going to cry because there's so much to discuss. Anyway, so let's go straight ahead. And the boom is here. We finally got a boom in Cyprus. And it's El Arabi. He is now an upper world player. The guy's 37 years old, Moroccan striker. He had 4 successful seasons at Olympiacos, won 3 league titles, Greek Cup and the Conference League last season. This is a massive move, I believe anyway. A lot of people, non-upper world fans, aren't excited about this, but these upper world listers are well within their rights to be excited about him. He's a fantastic player. And yes, the age might be an issue, but as we saw last season, Valbuena, a couple years older, didn't do too bad, did he? And I think what El Arabi will bring from an experience perspective, especially with the youngsters that's in the squad, not just in the first team or the B section of the first team, but also for the youth academy, it's massive. It's massive. And don't forget, from a commercial perspective, boys and girls, it's going to only boost season ticket sales, shirt sales. I'm just saying. It makes sense. Speaking of making sense, they've also moved to sign Atletico Paranense goalkeeper Gabriel Pereira. Now, the guy's 22 years old. He's represented Brazil under 17 level, and he's got an Italian passport. And let's not forget, Abuel are being very, very shrewd in their acquisitions, especially in the Brazilian market. And this could be another clever signing. In all fairness, this is another signing that could raise funds for the future. So they're doing things the right way in terms of their scouting, unlike other clubs. But I'm not going to go into that. I'm not going to go into that because I think one of your fans will know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that's enough about Abuel. Let's go to Apollon, who've made 2 signings. They signed Axel Yuri on a free. I'll just call him Axel Foley. Aquel! He's 25 years old. He represents Central Africa. And last season, he was playing in the French 3rd division. Make of that what you will. Some of the signings this summer have been very, very strange. I'm going to go into these in just a bit. They've also signed Diego Doragaray. Now, this is an exciting signing. I don't even support Apollon. Now, this is a lad that was in Peru last season with Universitario. Scored goals last season before with Salamina. Doragaray and Marquez up front. It's like Crouch and Defoe all over again. But it is a scary partnership. There is a lot of potential with this. And, Apollon may or may not have got most of their transfers right this summer. But this is a decent signing, man. This is a decent signing. And I'm impressed. I'm very, very impressed. More good news for Apollon. They've sold 3,000 season tickets, which is pretty big. It's pretty big. Quick question. Where is Abuel finding the money from, David? Well, look, none of these signings, they haven't said if any fees have been paid. So if we're assuming they're free transfers, then all they're paying are wages, salaries, signing on fees, and agents' fees. Now, if we're talking about agents' fees for certain players, If it's the same agent that Abo have been dealing with for a while, I guess there's a long-term agreement between the club and the agent. Perhaps he's not getting a fee. Perhaps there's an agreement with him that he doesn't get a fee, but he'll get any percentage of any sales. These things happen in football. Now, where do they get the money from if they have signed players, paid fees and all that kind of stuff? They've made a lot of commercial deals over the last 12 months. Winning the league, obviously, is going to bring in some money. Qualifying for the Champions League qualifiers is going to make them some money. Plus, they're guaranteed Conference League, aren't they? Or at least the playoffs. So there's money coming in. It's about balancing the books. And don't forget, we still don't know what's going on with Hefte. Yes, he signed for Rangers permanently. But do Abo get something from that as well? We don't know. We're not privy to this information. So I guess we're only going to find out when the finances or the end of year financial summary comes out, which is, I don't know when, but whatever. It is what it is. They're doing things right from a recruitment perspective. So let's get it nipped in the bud straight away. We can't, you say cooking the books. I'm not going to speak on that. I'd like to make allegations, but then it'll get me into trouble. But let's leave it at that. Anyway, moving on from Apollon, Anorthosis. This is a club that's been in financial disarray for God knows how long. They've made 2 more signings. They signed Rafa Lopez, former Ajax striker, 32 years old, made 35 appearances last season, scored 8 goals. I think he was what I like to call a clutch player. Obviously, 8 goals in 35 games doesn't look great, but he did score a lot of important goals for them last season, even the year before. So I think this is a very shrewd signing from Anorthosis. And they've signed Croatian attacking midfielder Ante Roglic. He spent the last 3 seasons in Romania and had a brief stint at Buffon. So, yeah, this is another interesting signing. They needed an attacking midfielder, obviously, with Guerrero leaving. We still don't know what's going on with Chico Bantha. I'm not going to go into him. A lot of players have left Anorthosis. So these are 2 signings that should cheer up their supporters, albeit temporarily. Another story which might cheer up the supporters, 24 Sports claim Anorthosis are in talks with an American consortium over a potential takeover. Now, these are quotes from 24 Sports. According to our information, the American consortium's proposal concerns a similar agreement that Anorthosis had with Hristo Pulaidi. In other words, the investors are willing to put in the coffers of Anorthosis an amount close to 3 million a year, and at the same time, to be able to manage the stadium for further events that will bring more income to the team's coffers. Now, this is an interesting one. Very, very interesting one, because club takeovers in Cyprus, as I know, are very, very complex. It isn't just agreeing a fee, a purchase price. It's also doing the due diligence, looking at where there's money owed, how money is coming in, where it's going, etc., etc. But there are layers to this, because I'm pretty sure I said it last week. You've got the board, you've got the Somadio, you've got all of these people involved, and they all want something out of it. Some of them want to sell the club and get a cut. Some of them don't want to sell the club because they know that they have A bit of power by being part of the club, and B, they can make money from this. They make the money. So this is a peculiar one. And I know from my experience of finding a buyer for this particular club, I'm going to say it. I found a potential buyer for this club, but it didn't happen for whatever reason. It wasn't anything dodgy, believe it or not. It just didn't happen. But there has been interest in this club. And let's not forget, shall I say, you've got the history of the club. And I'm not just talking about the history in terms of winning trophies. I'm talking about the club's history. And when those of you know what I'm talking about, I'm not going to go into it. But they've got a big fan base, a loyal fan base. The potential is huge with this. Also, according to 24 Sports, they say if the 2 sides reach an agreement, Anorthosis will have 3 million investment as well as its own revenue, and will be able to have a budget of over 6 million euros. That's interesting. That's a bit of a ballsy thing to say. A budget of 6 million. Maybe the 3 million is going to be invested within the club, and they're going to bring in 3 million from sponsors. Well, I don't know. I don't know. But 6 million budget for a Cypriot team, that's huge. So I don't think that's going to be a 6 million budget for one summer. It might be for 2 or 3 windows. I don't know. Anyway, final story with Anorthos here. And this is a good one for Cypriot football. 18-year-old midfielder Dimitrianos Giuliou is not only set to sign a new deal until 2028, but he's going to be sent on loan to Torino. Now we know Zano Sava's already there. This is big. This is big for Cypriot football. This is big for the youth academies, I believe, because it's showing that it's working. It's working. Even though we're seeing it in drips and drabs, it's working. So, and he's a decent player. Let's see how this one goes. Again, I think it's a very, very good move for Anorthos. It's a good move for the player, obviously, and it's good for Cypriot football because there's going to be lots of Cypriot youngsters who perhaps are feeling a certain kind of way at the moment. I know personally some of them that are really struggling, not only to get in their first team, but also to find a bloody new club. So when you have an 18-year-old potentially moving to Torino, we've seen other Cypriot players moving to Serie A anyway. We saw Neofide going to Sassuolo, Papastiliano going to Genoa. So it's happening, but it's not happening as frequent as we would like. For whatever reason, another story for another time, another discussion. Not going to get into that. Anyway, let's go to Limassol. AEL, plenty going on there. And it isn't just Apollon that's dipped into the market. Another Becker has signed, but it isn't Alisson or Muriel. It's Igao, the former AES goalkeeper. I rate him. I think he's pretty decent in all fairness. And I think he's a good signing, whether it be number one or backup. Pretty good signing there. And I don't know if you guys remember last season, Apollon signed former AEL right back Bruno Santos. Well, this summer, AEL have extracted some revenge. Pretty petty, if you ask me, if that's the case. But they've signed former Apollon centre-back Dylan Udreogo. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. His hairline is worse than mine. I shave my head because my hairline is shit. He needs to start shaving his head properly, man. This is ridiculous. He's signed from Stade Lausanne. And the third signing was made yesterday in Rwandan left-back Emmanuel Imanisimue. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about this. I mean, look, I'm just gonna say it. 2 seasons ago or 2 summers ago, I proposed a player, or my agency, we proposed a player to AEL, a left back, whose brother is also a professional footballer, centre forward, Belgian striker. That's giving you enough information. And they didn't feel that he was good enough for them, even though he played in Serie A. Now they're signing a Rwandan left back. No disrespect, but there are levels to this. Again, the transfer window this summer has been absolutely mad with some of the names and CVs that have been brought in. I mean, I've spoken enough about Evandro at Omonia. 13 different clubs. 13 different clubs. And Omonia signed him at 28 years old. I'm not going to get into it. So again, a lot of these signings recently have been absolutely wild. And I think right now, agents are actually dominating the market. They're actually dominating it. It's mad. It's absolutely mad. But hey, hopefully the lad does well for his sake. Now, another signing, but it's not actually a player signing. It's staff. And Chris Coleman, who, as you guys know, had a spell in Greece, he's brought in goalkeeping coach Dimi Kostandopoulos. Now, I remember him as a player, Kostandopoulos. He was at Hartlepool, he was at Middlesbrough, Cardiff City, Nottingham Forest, Swansea, and Coventry City. So he's got plenty of experience as a goalkeeper in terms of goalkeeping coach. I'm not sure. But he speaks the language. He knows the culture. Blah, 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 blah. It can only be a good thing, right? Now, staying with AEL and, oh no, scandals. A scandal. Their training ground was vandalized on Friday evening on the eve of their first training session. And AEL released a statement on Saturday morning. They said the board of directors of the Limassol Athletic Union, or the Athletic Limassol Union, whatever, they condemn the strongest and most categorical manner the cowardly acts of vandalism and damage that occurred at our academy training center in Golossi. To our regret, we discovered that last night a group of unknown persons breached the training center. Breached. It's a security breach, like Fort Knox, causing extensive damage to the site and property. These unacceptable and cowardly actions not only harm our property, but also the ethos and values that IL represents. We're sending a message in all directions that we will not allow any vandal who chooses to operate in the dark to tarnish our team's history and contribution to sport and society. At the same time, we have already asked the competent authorities to take immediate measures to investigate the incident and bring the culprits to justice. Yeah, good luck with that. Fucking good. The authorities. These men are probably sitting there fucking eating Zorba's donuts or whatever the fuck they say Spana Hobbit says. They ain't gonna be doing nothing. And at least unless you got CCTV in the stadium or in the training ground or in and around the vicinity, you ain't gonna find no one. And the chances are they're gonna be wearing balaclavas or whatever. So forget it. You ain't going to find these people. They also said, we call on the great people of Isles to gather together and stand as a shield of protection for the Limassol Athletic Union, starting from today's open training session, staying away from cowardly acts of this nature. Our unity and solidarity are the strongest weapons against those who try through cowardly actions to harm the historic association of our city. Well, listen, loads of accusations have been made. Yeah. Obviously, the first port of call is going to be to blame the Apollon supporters because they're rivals. It could have been anyone, really and truly. It could have been anyone. It could be just kids bored out their fucking skull. They've got nothing else to do. So let's just vandalize people. I don't know. It could be England fans pissed off after losing the Euro final. I don't know. Man, that was Friday, wasn't it? Fuck knows it could have been. Could have been French supporters. I don't know. But whatever. It is what it is. And no one's going to find anyone. So whatever. Right, on to the next one. I'm going to keep this one brief. And Buffer's first European game ended in total disaster. They got slapped 3-0 at Elfsborg in Sweden. And guys, I think that's it for them, isn't it? That's it for them. I can't see them coming back in the second leg. And to see the way that they defended, especially with Meluso getting sent off for 2 yellow cards. I mean, people were saying that this ain't a penalty. It's a stonewall penalty. He's holding the player. You can't hold a player. You can't hug a player. You can't give him a bear hug when the ball goes in the box. So there's no complaint. You can't complain. And yeah, they deserve the defeat. Okay, you could say that Jairo missed a great opportunity at 1-0, but Buffer were off the boil. There were misplaced passes. The defending was tragic. The fullbacks were all at sea. There wasn't enough tracking back from the central midfielders. And look, this is what happens. You could say that Elfsborg are 9 or 10 games into the season or whatever. They're at peak fitness. I get it. Okay? But the fact is, Buffer should be doing better. They should be doing better. They should have played better. I think they were tactically naive. And this is on Carcedo as well. No disrespect. I think they tried to play an aggressive style of football, an attacking style of football, which, listen, if they watched the preview that we did, they'd have known that Elfsborg play on the counter-attack. And they got hit with goals on the counter-attack. 2 of them anyway. So there you go. Don't know what you want me to tell you. Now you could say, all right, they played on an artificial surface. No excuse. The ball didn't really bounce properly to their defense. Because I watched the first 20 minutes of the game, and there was one bit where Elfsborg pumped the ball forward and it bounced in the box, and the ball didn't even reach the fucking goalkeeper's chest height. It literally bounced and almost got stuck, and Ivosic caught it. So that's it. But the next game, the second leg, is going to be tomorrow at the Alfa Mega, which I guess you could say is better than the Giri because there isn't a running track, so the fans will be closer. But no disrespect to Buffalo, they've only got 5,000 to 6,000 supporters, and are they going to go to the game now that there's a 3-0 deficit? I don't know. But good luck to them anyway. They're going to need it. Speaking of Buffalo and this particular game, Czech defender Josef Kvira decided not to fly to Sweden with the squad. He chose to stay at home with his family. And rumours are now circulating that he'll be binned. Apparently, Abo, Ari, and Apollon are interested. I think, realistically, Ari out of the 3. But at the same time, would Buffalo sell him to a rival club? I doubt it. But anyway, Buffalo have since signed Brazilian striker Anderson Silva on loan. He scored a whopping 2 goals in 13 games for Antalyaspor last season. Yeah, 2-13. But anyway, could have been a different environment. More good news for Buffalo, though. Pepe appears to be making his move to the club permanent because reports in Greece claim Buffalo have agreed the fee with Olympiacos. Happy days. Happy days for Buffalo, I guess. Anyway. Right. Let's go. Let's go to the next one. And this is tiring. This is tiring already. I've only done 20 minutes, for crying out loud. Fuck's sake. This is what I hate about transfers, man. It always happens at once. Right. So, Ethnigo and David Badia's club has swooped for 2 more signings. Cameroonian central defender Patrick Bahanak. And another one, the guy on your right, Nikita Dubov. Does that name sound familiar, guys? Yeah, well, he's kind of related to the Buffalo owner. Yeah, he's kind of related to Roman Dubov. But we're not going to say anything other than Ethnigo are spending that Mario Elia money wisely. Yeah, I think the less I say about that, the better. I don't want to add fuel to the fire, but it does seem a little bit ironic or coincidental that Mario Elia joins Buffalo from Ethnigo, and then Buffalo's owner's son then goes to Ethnigo. I'm just checking to see if there's any snipers behind me. I don't want to get Donald Trumped. Morning, Stel. Can you see? Yes, I can see your message, bro. They sorted it. Guys, anyone watching live, please say a prayer because the StreamYard gods have helped us solve this problem. I accidentally banned Yanni from a stream months and months and months ago. And for some reason, he was unable to post any messages or whatever in the live chat. And I was going back and forth with YouTube and StreamYard, and no one had a solution until a couple of days ago when StreamYard said, we're looking into this, we'll let you know. Well, they didn't let me know, but it looks like Yanni is back. Thank you, Yanni, and apologies again. Apologies, man. I feel like rubbish. I feel like rubbish, but I'm glad you're back in the building, my guy. This is immense. Lovely. It's Christmas all over again for me, and I don't even really like Christmas. But anyway. Imaste Yaglamada, Stelmo, that's Stephanie. Yeah, we're here for the tears, love. We're here for the tears because our team is in the mud. I don't care what anyone says. Anyway, speaking of in the mud, Paralimni, well, the newly promoted Israeli side, sorry, they're not Israeli. They might as well be, though, because they seem to be buying players from Israel and coaching staff from Israel. I'm tempted to change their name to Genocide FC, but I don't want to upset people. But they've dipped into the market again with 3 new signings. Left back Prosper Mendy, a sign from Charleroi. Right back Niv Flitter, not Filter, Flitter, comes from Hapoel Beersheva, or Ars Sheva. And goalkeeper Dimitris Stylianidis joins on loan from Ajax to become another token Cypriot. Yes, Paralimni, they're signing token Cypriots because they need token Cypriots. My throat. My goodness. Let me just mute myself and cough for a second because my throat is groggy. 1 second. Let me clear my throat. Okay, am I back? I'm back. Lovely, lovely. Right, guys. Hold on to your seats because there's 2 stories I need to go through. And the first one is transfers. Transfers involving Garmi Odessa. And Garmi Odessa have been busy bees because they've made a lot of signings. Okay. First of all, they signed former Apollon midfielder Luka Stojanovic. He's come in, although the club spelt his name wrong. And they still haven't changed it on Instagram. As you can see, it's Stojanovic, but they've put Oivic. So it's Stojanovic. So his name is Stojanovic. Is that just really? Really? Anyway, whatever. It is what it is. Let's just hope that the player comes good and it doesn't turn out to be a dud. More signings as well. They've made 6, 7, 8, 9 signings in the past week. Like, this is mad. This is fucking mad. Right. New additions also include Slovakian defender Boris Sekulic, who was once of Chicago Fire, the MLS team, not the show. Bulgarian goalkeeper Dimitar Evtimov. Now, I remember him because he was at Nottingham Forest and Mansfield Town, believe it or not. Denny Hotsko is back after some time away from the island. He was at Buffalo before. Boris Smalinic, I don't know, Smijanic, there you go. He's coming. He's a centre forward. He's an interesting one. He signed the other day. He actually had spells at Huesca, Levante, Admira Vaca, and Slovan Bratislava. I think he'll be a decent striker, to be honest, given his CV. Agabios Vrigis. I can't even. How can I pronounce the foreign players better than the Cypriot players? Vrigis and Costandino, they've come in. Costandino, they're the token Cypriots. Again, Garmiodas and token Cypriots. Because why not? Why not? You need to fill the quota. And Sean Kelly, this is an interesting one. A right back has come in from Livingston. And also today, Garmiodas announced the signing of Tunisian goalkeeper Sadok Yedes. Fuck knows. They've got 3 goalkeepers now, haven't they? They've got 3 goalkeepers. Fuck me sideways. I don't know. It took me 2.5 hours to get all this information together. I mean, Omonia Koscielnia have signed a player. Salamina have signed 2 more players. I'm pretty sure Omonia Aradipov have signed some players. I can't keep up with it. So I'm not even going to go into all the transfers. Those are the main ones. But I'm going to stay with Garmiodisa because our mate Johnny Violins gave a statement today. You know what happens when Johnny Violins makes a statement. Guys, turn the volume down because he was... Right. You caught me mid-vape. So, Johnny Violins gave a statement today to Supersport FM. And he said a few things. He said, on the transfers today, there was no morning training sessions. This week, there were double training sessions, and there's going to be double training sessions on Friday. The coach is looking for the best players available, and he's trying to find the right time so the players don't get tired in training. They're practically 99% complete on their roster, and there's 1 or 2 additions possibly coming in, but let's see. The players are being watched by the coach over a long period of time. They were within the budget. And the president was able to put his hand in his pocket to bring them in. So there you go. He said the president has been very, very generous in signing players. And the coach is happy with the transfers. But he's upset with I don't know, what is he talking about? He said the field is open. I don't know. When I translated, it didn't make any sense in my head. It didn't make any fucking sense. I guess he just means that he's unhappy with the situation with the stadium. I don't know, because I thought that they were sorted. I don't know. Fuck knows. But apparently the president is trying to find more finances, trying to find sponsors. And apparently there are 3 or 4 potential investors coming in and try to find more finances for the club, especially sponsors. They want to find another midfielder as well. So there's another potential signing coming in for Garmiodisa. And they're looking for a main sponsor, which I guess is to replace Punin, which was on the front for a couple of seasons. So there you go. That's pretty much it for Garmiodisa. Happy days for them. Now, this one, boys and girls, is going to interest people that love a bit of a scandal. And last night I was checking on social media and someone brought it to my attention that some shenanigans were going on at second division club Peyia. And I'm going to bring up our Twitter account because this is the best way I can articulate things to you guys, because I broke it down last night and there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Like, this is wild. This is wild. That's the biggest Where is it? 1 minute. What's this? That's the biggest Mitch I've ever seen, Stel. Couldn't you find something a bit more proportionate? I don't know what you mean, bro. I'm sorry. My head is spinning at the moment. I'm about to tell you why my head is spinning. So, in case you don't know, because a lot of people don't. Right, put it this way: none of the Cypriot publications have actually spoken about this or written anything about this, which baffles me because this is box office. This is absolutely box office. So, Peyia, their social media went fucking nuclear the past few days, and no one is talking. No one is talking about this, right? So this is what I've put out. Oh my God, Peyia has taken exposing people to a new level, ripping into a group of individuals who've applied to the CFA claiming to be executive board members. Club claims they're not entitled to hold this position. This is a social media post. Now there's going on criminal offense of attempting to take over the club. Be careful. This is Peyya's official social media account, Instagram. Right. Acting on behalf of the Peyia Cultural Sports Club 2014, we share this statement stating the following. We've been informed that some individuals have sent GOP a request and or letter requesting to be recognized, or a similar request, as its new board of directors as a superior association. So basically executive directors. We inform you that the actions of these persons are illegal and invalid by law because they are the current members of the Digisi or the association, except that they receive vague information about such a thing. We inform you that no general assembly will take place which new people are appointed. So basically, these people are claiming to be part of the executive board, but they're not even that. So like, this is wild. This is absolutely wild. Anyway, they said we therefore request the competent authorities, who's fucking competent anyway, to reject anything relating to the applications of any entities that are not duly and legally authorized by the existing board of directors. We reserve all legal rights of the association and to take legal action against the persons in question. So that was the first bit. And then it gets crazy. Adding to the drama, Peyya's Instagram story suggests said individuals have been involved in financial irregularities and suggests the mayor of Peyia is also involved. This is fucking crazy, man. I cannot believe no one in Cyprus is actually talking about this. So Peyia have gone on Instagram and on their stories, they put up a post. It's also about them. And they put up this website article where it says FIFA slaps transfer embargo in 11 Cypriot clubs. This was in December 2023, right? And one of those 11 clubs were Peyia. So they've pointed it out, right? They've pointed it out that clubs in Cyprus, 11 clubs, were hit with embargoes, and Peyia were one of them. And Peyia have put out a story saying they steal money from sponsors, but we paid the ban, and other debts paid salaries, rents, etc. So what Peyia are now doing are saying that these individuals stole money from sponsors. So sponsors sponsored the club. These individuals took the money, and Peyia, or the owners of Peyia, have had to pay for the debts, salary, all that kind of stuff for players themselves. So that money's disappeared. They've tagged Marinos Lambru, the fucking mayor of Peyia. They've tagged him. Team was in weekly strike without training. And if we didn't pay before the home game with Omoni Koscielnia, the team couldn't play. So what the Peyia was saying is the players were on strike. They weren't training. And if the players weren't paid before the home game with Omoni Koscielnia, they wouldn't play. And then they go, we came in this situation, paid the old debts, to all the problems from the old new committee. So they're talking about these people, in which we didn't see the end of the debts. So they're still paying. This is mad. This is fucking mad. This is absolutely fucking mad. And then this is the greatest bit, guys. This is the greatest part of it all. And I need you to stay with me on this, because I'm pretty sure Peyia have actually broken the law by doing this. But what you're about to hear, and those of you on the audio, you're not going to see this, but those that are watching live, please stay with me, because this is gold. This is absolutely gold. And it's ballsy. It's bonkers. And one person has ducked out. But you don't want to hear it. Okay, fuck you then. Trust me. Watch this. This is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Peyia have then accused former head coach Kostas Kokonis, right? Kokona, the nut. They've also accused Kostas Nut of match fixing. Look at this on their Instagram story. And what's happened after? A gang of village rats decided to scam foreign investments, hiding behind the name of Peyia Mayor. One question, Marino Lambro, are you part of this scam project? Now, I'm assuming that these individuals that are accused of stealing the money and of being fake executives used the club to scam investment from foreign companies to take that money and hide behind the name of the mayor. So basically saying that he was involved in this as well. And there's a screenshot of a conversation. It says here, we have a problem with the municipality. They don't give permission to use the stadium. And I'm assuming this is a conversation between one of the fake executives and the mayor of Peyia. And he said, good morning, I don't understand. Mayor, they don't give the permission to use the stadium. Why? I don't know. You just have to go see them. No problem. How do we do it? Call the municipality and make an appointment. Understand? What the fuck is going on? This is wild. This is absolutely wild. And to listen, this is just crazy. Look at what they've done here. I mean, you can't see it if you're listening, but they've put up another story saying, which game Costa which game did Costa ask players to concede more than 4 goals? And they've put up a picture of the head coach and this other executive with the Bet365 logo with money there. And at the bottom, it says, bravo to the players of both teams who heard this animal and did not want to do what they were asked by Costa and Elpis. So Elpis is the other guy, Elpis. So Costa and Elpis are the 2 guys that have been accused of match fixing attempts. And they've even put this fucking they've even put let's bet together. This is incredible. Absolutely incredible. I can't believe no one is talking about this in Cyprus. This is wild. Maybe because it's common, but they've outed them, man. And here we go. They put up a photograph of another guy. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know. But they've put a photograph of this guy with the word scammer across his head. At the bottom, fake news. If anyone knows who this guy is, I don't know who he is. I've never seen him before. I don't know who he is, but they're accusing him of being a scammer. And then the coup de grace. They then put up a photograph of Kostas Kokonis with the Bet365 logo, the Peyia Club badge, and the caption, do you need 3 points? They then put the guy's phone number there. They put his phone number there. Call him if you need 3 points. Do you know how wild this is? And I've probably broken the law by putting this image up because his phone number is there. But my God, like this is incredible. Absolutely. And no one is talking about this. Like even Pedro has put it here. No website is mentioning anything about that. What the F? Like, guys, I beg. Like, this is mad. Utter madness. Utter madness. And then they carry on. They carry on. Look, they put up another post. This is a post, not a story, with this Elpis guy with a caption, be careful, fake president, a photograph of this guy with fake president and fake all over. This is character assassination. This is how to do it. If you want to destroy people, like again, these are allegations, but they're so brazen. They're brazy about this. Absolutely brazy. They don't give a guys, this is mad. Next post. They've then put another 2 guys in this photograph. I don't know who these people are. Like one of them, the guy in the middle looks like the guy from Mice and Men. Looks like Lenny from Mice and Men. I don't know who that is. But they've got this Elpis guy. They've got 2 other guys. Scam. Be careful. Fake committee. This is wild. This is absolutely wild. And it's hilarious. And then they go another step forward. they go another step forward. And we've got involved in this as well from our Instagram. Don't worry, I'll show you what's going on with this one, right? They then put up another post, right? Tagging Marino Lambro, the mayor of Peyia. They've actually put this on a post now. It's not on a story. It's on a post. The same screenshot before with the municipality and the stadium, right? This is wild. This is absolutely wild. And then I don't know who this guy is. There's a photograph of a player. He looks like a player signing a contract. I don't know who this guy is. He just looks like a zombie. But they got a picture of a player signing a contract, and it says fake, 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 warning, fake information. Again, I don't know what this is about, but again, they put that up. And then they put up a photograph of Kostas Kokonis with thank you, contract is not renewed, XXX. They don't give a fuck. They do not give a fuck. It is mad. It is absolutely fucking mad. And then they're still at it. They were still at it last night. This is at 10 o'clock last night, UK time, midnight, Cyprus time. Check this. Again, they put up the same post with Kostas Kokonis. Phone number, everything. I'm not expensive. Flipping hell. They even tagged him this time, yeah? They even tagged him. And they tagged in Marino Lambro, the fucking mayor of Peyia. They even put the logo of the municipality of Peyia. This is just wild. This is wild. So, and then this Elpis guy, they put up this picture of him. They've got a photograph of him. At the bottom, it says scam alert. They've got wish you all the best written on his forehead. They've got Bet Builder logo on his chest. And what looks like a bottle of whiskey coming out of his mouth. It's a small bottle. It's one of them shot bottles. Well, he's got a bottle of Zivania in front of him. So are they claiming that he's an alcoholic? Like, is that what they're saying? Like, in the background, there's what looks like, is that olive oil bottles? It's olive oil bottles, yeah, I don't know. But listen, it's brazy. It is fucking brazy. I love it. I love it. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, Thasso then decided to do his own post. Oh, sorry, Instagram story. And he goes, the fire is raining down the outskirts of Mappa. He even tagged Kostas. No, sorry, it's them. They tagged them. So, but Peyia reposted it. And I decided on our account, let's have some fun as well. So again, I took a screenshot. I said, Peyia is ready for the smoke. They then fucking put it on their story. I mean, it's just so, it is wild. The whole thing is mad. How can you not find this entertaining? How can people tell me this isn't the best league in the world for entertainment? I don't care what anyone says. You can talk to me about the Premier League because it's the biggest league in the world. It's got the best players in the world. But the only thing that is entertaining about the Premier League is the shitstorm with VAR. That's all it is. But in Cyprus, you don't get this entertainment anywhere else. I don't care. Yeah, you get similar entertainment in Turkey and Romania and Eastern Europe. But this is the place to be. You lot need to be proud of your league, man. I mean, think about it. We've been doing This Is Mappa, me and Thasso, for about 2 years, close to 2 years now. Yeah? We've had the Molotov cocktails. We've had the stadiums being set on fire. We've had the fireworks being thrown at each other. We've had stadium bans. We've had flares being thrown inside stadiums from the outside. We've had fucking so much stupidness. I mean, we even had this guy like dominating our show. How can you tell me the Braathleima isn't the best league in the world for entertainment? No one can tell me otherwise. I don't care. The quality might not be great in terms of football, but the entertainment factor, my goodness. I just gave you a list. And this is just from 1.5 years, 2 years. And we haven't been doing this show for too long. It's mad. And I'm sure there's more stories. The ometer regarding this is amazing. I agree. They've gone to town with it, yes. The second division, actually, at some point, they will have 36 teams. You reckon? Because here's another one that you guys aren't privy to. Box are dead. They're finished. Yeah, P.O. Xilo Timbu are dead. And no one is talking about it. It's Alki all over again. They're fucked. They're dead. all it needs is a statement. But they're dead. They are dead. They're not going to exist. So what's going to happen to the second division now? Is someone going to get promoted automatically to make up the numbers? Are Bear going to get promoted because they finished third? Or they finished fourth. So there's an extra spot. Maybe they might get it. I don't know. W for Cyprus football. It is a dub. It is a dub. And look, I haven't even seen any other news this morning so far. Like, maybe I should check. Let me just check Supersport FM's website. There's just a press conference from Buffalo. That's it. And they're talking about Gvida. What they said about Gvida? Let me just have a quick look. Because I mentioned Gvida earlier. Yeah, so he's not in the squad. He's not in the squad. But we know they just said thanks to the staff of Alpha Mega for their hospitality. Blah blah blah. They're thanking the fans for showing up to the away game. Guida's not ready and available for tomorrow. The player faces an issue that the management is handling internally. And after the game, they'll be able to explain what's happened with the player. All right, there you go. And apparently Tankovic, let's have a look. Tankovic had a virus the morning of the game. He had a virus with a fever of 39 degrees. So why the fuck did he play? Why the fuck did he play in the first leg if he woke up with a fever? What? This is mad. Gergida at Canal 6 mentioned Box. Okay, they mentioned. Well, the thing is, I knew about Box 3 weeks ago, bro. I knew about it 3 weeks ago, and I was telling people, it's not official yet. They're dead. They're dead. So there you go. Like I don't know what else to tell you, lot, man. This is just mad. This is just mad. But I love it. I absolutely love it. And there are times where I sit there and there's actually no news coming from Cyprus, and I'm thinking something big is about to happen. It's the calm before the storm. It really is. It really is. So yeah, that's it. I don't know what else to tell you. I think we're done. I can talk about Omonia if you guys want, because I know I've got quite a few Omonia fans watching live right now. But this is why there's a members area, so I can tell the truth and shame the devil. And I think I'll save it for that, really, in all fairness. But yeah, I've done 46 minutes on my ones. Usually we're going for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, sometimes 4 hours if we're doing the Football Manager, but I'm not going to do that today. So guys, thank you again for tuning in. Don't forget, we have an Instagram and an X account at This Is Mappa. Visit our website, www.nc-network.com. If you want to contribute, be part of the show, be part of the team, whether you want to write, whether you want to do stuff with us, maybe sponsor us, I don't know. Drop us an email, contact@nc-network.com. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in. And we'll be back hopefully next week. I don't know how long Thasso is off for, but if Thasso is off next week, then I'm going to see if I can get someone else on with me. Maybe extend the show a bit, because 48 minutes might not be enough for people. But anyway, thank you, guys. Until next time, bye.